Forms are used all over the web, and typically when you fill out a form, it is submitted to a processing script. And I have you do the same thing here. So in the lecture demo, we go through basically how forms work. There's a video you can watch that explains it. We go through the different form elements, how to set up a form, and then the CSS that you need to make the form line up and look good. Okay, different grouping elements, legend and field set tags, the different types of input tags. Okay, pretty much everything you need to know about HTML5 forms. Okay, so once you finish going through this, then you're going to create your own form. So for the textbook assignment, I am giving you a page with a graphic. And we'll take a look. This is what it looks like. And what you're going to be doing is creating the form that goes on the left side of this page. So all of the code that you need to enter is going to be below the H1 running club membership tag. So starting with this field set, you are going to enter everything below that. And then when you're done, this is what your form is going to look like. Okay. Once you have that form, I'm going to have you convert it into what's called a mail to form. And all you have to do is basically change one line of code. Okay. This is a lot of typing, but the nice thing about forms is once you have a form, you certainly can reuse portions of it in any additional form that you're going to create. So that's your textbook assignment. The lab assignment, you get to create your own form. So you're going to create it. You're going to call it My Form. You have the customer form that we created for that that running club. And then I'm also giving you another example here. This is just a little student preferences form. I did make it responsive. Okay, so you'll notice that it kind of changes. It uses Flexbox. One thing I did here to get this to line up side by side, if we look here in the code, you'll see I put all of the CSS up top so you could easily see it. But to get those two columns to line up side by side, I inserted a little table. So that was the tricky way that I did that. And I have the border set to none, which is why you don't see any lines in the table. Now, there's a lot of different ways I could have done this. I chose a table because you guys know how to use tables. So I'm trying to stick with what we know. Okay, so as far as the lab assignment goes, you have to create your own form, and you need to include all of the elements that I have listed. Make sure that you incorporate all of this into the form, and then you're going to submit it. Now, you can use the customer form or my example as a basis for your own form. So what that means is you can copy. It is okay to copy all of this code and paste it into VS Code. But if you do that, you are going to have to change all the CSS. Do not use, my color scheme and all of that. I expect you guys to use your own fonts, your own colors, your own background graphic, all of that kind of fun stuff. And I expect you to use your own content. Okay, but this will save you a lot of typing. Okay, especially if you wanted like name and address information, which it is asking you to enter. Now we have the same name and address information in that customer form as well. So if you want to, take the code from this one, because you'll have this done, okay, you can certainly copy and paste all the code from this one and modify it for the lab as well. Okay, so that's the lab assignment. And I encourage you actually to copy and paste existing code because the existing code, you've kind of debugged the errors that are out of it, you don't have typos, and it is a good starting point. Make sure you link in your form and then your customer forms into the assignment page. Okay, and once you are done with the lab and the textbook assignment, you're going to go into the drop boxes, submit done. Okay, then you're going to go into the discussion forum and share your form with your classmates. So you're going to click on Add New Discussion Topic. And I'll just call this Student Preferences Form. And then I need to post a link to my form. So here's my form. And this is the live one that is online. Okay, so you need to link to your live form. So I'm going to click on the address, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then for answering the questions, who is the audience? Okay, so for student preferences, it would be potential students. And current students. We'll include current students too. What is the purpose? To find out what their preferences are for degrees and class meeting times. How did I decide on the design and layout? Okay. Design and layout choices. So I grouped information based on address, personal information. And let's take a look. And then we've got like age and degree, class, age and degree, preferences, class preferences, and comments. The layout is Flexbox, which is responsive. The color scheme is based on basically the background graphic. Complementary colors. All right. So this is my example. And if you guys come in here and nobody else has posted, you certainly can reply to mine. So I'm going to go ahead and post to the forum. Okay, so that is the last requirement for lesson 8.